Hi everyone and welcome back. First and foremost, congratulations for sticking in there. You are doing extraordinary work. Let's keep it up. This is my second favorite square, and I really like this one because of the texture. It kind of looks like there's some icicles in there. The original pattern didn't really have a pronounced rim, so I decided to add a color change to make the rim a little bit more standout-ish for me. And this was my final design and the one that we will be working on today. So for round one, we are going to do a chain 4. And this is going to count as our first double crochet and a chain 1. Then in the 4th hook from your chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to do 1 double crochet, and chain 1, and you are going to repeat that until you have 12 stitches, and it's just a double crochet and a chain 1 all into that same space. Alright, so I'm coming up on my last double crochet, chain 1, and I'm going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of this chain 3. Remember that 4th one counted as our first chain 1. Alright everybody, welcome to round 2. Round 2. This one is going to go by pretty fast, and I really hope you guys like it because, like I said, this is one of my favorite ones to make. So we are going to join with a standing single crochet into any one of our chain 1 spaces that we created. So I'm going to join a little bit before our join space. So for a standing single crochet, if you are not familiar with it, just have your yarn on your hook already with your slip knot. You're going to insert into one of those chain 1 spaces, pull your yarn through. You should have 2 loops on your hook, and pull it through again. And in that same space, we are going to do another single crochet. So you will have 2 in that chain 1 space. And then we're going to do a single crochet, a front post single crochet around this double crochet here. So front post single crochet, what you will do is insert your hook through the front of your work, wrap around the post, come through, pull your yarn through. You should have 2 loops and finish it off just like a regular single crochet. Okay, so now we're going to go into our next chain 1 space. We're going to do 2 single crochet, and then again at this next post we're going to do a single crochet, front post single crochet. So again, insert your yarn or your hook through the front of your work, wrap around the post, come through, pull your yarn through. You should have 2 loops and finish it off just like a single crochet. Next chain 1 space, 2 single crochet, single crochet, front post around this next post here, and that will be the pattern all the way around. And you should have 36 stitches at the end of this. I am on my last set of 3 single crochet. I have my 2 in my single chain space and my front post single crochet. And we're going to fasten off and use our 3rd color, so go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet. Fasten off, weave in your ends, cut your tails. So to join with a standing double crochet, you're going to have your yarn already on your hook. Wrap your hook once with your yarn and try to keep track of your tail, that way you keep your loops in order. And just kind of pull your yarn apart, and you can see the 2 spaces on both sides of the single crochet, those 2 little here and here. So just as we did when we went in through the front down here, we're going to go in through the front of that stitch as well. We're going to wrap around the single crochet and come back in, pull our yarn through, and we should have 3 loops on our hook. Pull through the first 2, pull through the last 2, and you should have your standing double crochet. We are going to put 2 more front post double crochets into this same single stitch that we had here. And this is going to be the pattern all the way around. All we're going to be doing is putting 3 front post double crochet around that front post single crochet from the previous round. So moving over to that next stitch, we're going to skip over these next 2 single crochets. Okay, wrap your yarn, find your post. Mine is here. Moving on to our next front post single crochet, putting 3 front post double crochets. And you are going to do that all the way around. Coming to the end of round 3, I'm doing my last 3 front post double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing double crochet. And we're going to fasten off, so make sure that you are tucking in your tails and fastening your yarn. So for round 4, we're going to be doing a stitch increase. So we're going to be working in each of the 3 double crochet and the space in between the groups of 3. So we're going to join with a standing single crochet to any space in between your group of 3 double crochets. And I'm just going to choose, this is my join space, I'm going to choose something just a little bit before that. Okay, so standing single crochet. And we are just going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches into your double crochets that you did. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to go into this space here. I'm going to put a single crochet. Then working in the next 3 stitches, 3 single crochet. space between your groups of double crochet, single crochet, and 3 single crochet in your double crochet stitches. And that's going to be the pattern all the way around. It shouldn't take you too long to do. I will meet you back here when it is all said and done. Coming up on my last 3 stitches here. This is going by pretty fast. And we are going to join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet here. And we are going to fasten off and go back to whatever your second color was. Mine was blue. All right, everybody, welcome to round 5. So we are going to start by joining with a standing single crochet to this single crochet that we have in between our chain or our group of 3 double crochet here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just join here with a standing single crochet. And we are going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. From here, we're going to do a treble front post crochet all the way down around this post here that we did our 3 front post double crochet around. Again, that didn't catch well. Pull through the first 2, pull through the second 2, and then pull through the last 2. And then we're going to skip this stitch that's right behind our treble crochet, and we're going to go into the next. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then we're going to do another treble crochet. Front post around this post all the way down here. Skipping this stitch behind our treble crochet, we are going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Moving into our next stitch, our treble crochet. And this is going to be the pattern all the way around. Be sure that after you do your treble crochet, you are skipping the stitch directly behind it and working in the next 3 spaces. Coming up on the end of round 5 here, I'm going to be doing my last 3 single crochet with my treble front post crochet coming right up. And I'm going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet. And we're going to keep this color for the next round. Alright guys, so round 6 is going to be relatively easy here. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into that same join space. And we're going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So make sure that at the end of this round you have 48 single crochets. Here I am ending round 6 with my last 2 single crochet, and I am going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our chain 1 space. round 7, round 7. We are almost done. Well, not almost done, but it's just going by pretty fast, so I'm a little excited. Okay, so join with our standing single crochet to the top of any one of our front post treble crochets. We're going to go ahead and put 1 single crochet in the stitch after. And then we are going to start our modified treble front post crochets. So we're going to wrap our hook twice. We're going to jump back to this post here, and we are going to do a front post treble crochet. But we're not going to finish it all the way. We're going to do the first 2 loops and the second 2 loops, and we're going to leave the last 2 loops on our hook, and we're going to start another treble, and we're going to go around this post here. We're going to reach forward and pull our yarn through, and then we should end up with 3 loops on our hook. Okay, we're going to pull through all 3 of those loops. And then we're going to look back at our work, and we're going to skip over this stitch that's right behind the stitch here, and we're going to move into the stitch after it. Okay, and we're going to put a single crochet, and we're going to put, oh, my yarn is not, I'm sorry, wrap that round. And we're going to put a single crochet in the next 2 stitches after that as well. So 1, okay, and 2. And then we're going to start our modified front post treble crochet again. Okay, so we're going to wrap twice, come back, pull our yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2, leave the last 2, wrap your yarn twice again, go forward, wrap around that post, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3. Okay, again skipping this next stitch and moving into the one after with single crochet in the next, and a single crochet in the next. Starting with our modified stitch again, 1, 2, okay, going around that post, not finishing off our treble, wrapping twice again, going forward, finishing our treble with all 3 loops. And that is going to be the pattern all the way around. Just make sure that you are skipping that stitch in the back, and make sure that you are not finishing off that first treble crochet until the second one is being finished off. Okay, right, coming up on my last one. And you should only have 1 single crochet to do after this. Single crochet, and then we will join with a slip stitch to our standing single that we joined with. So go ahead and fasten off, switch colors, make sure that you are weaving in your ends. And round 8 is going to be fairly quick. We're going to end up with 60 stitches. It's going to be all double crochets. So we're going to start by joining with our 3rd color, color C, to our modified front post treble crochet. So it's this stitch here, this longer one. If you look on top, it's the longer one. Okay. So standing double crochet, wrap your yarn, insert it into the stitch, pull your yarn through, pull through the first 2 loops, and pull through the second 2 loops. We're going to go ahead and put another double crochet into that same stitch. And we are going to double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. And that's going to be the pattern all the way across. So when you get back to your modified front post treble crochet, you'll be putting 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, and then we'll be putting a double crochet in each of the stitches, the 3 stitches in between. So 1, 2, 3, and this is my join space, so I'm just going to show you guys how to handle that join space. Okay, so you see that you have in your join space, it looks like there's 2 stitches when really there is only 1. I know my background is white, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's 1 and there's 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the first gap with a double crochet, but we're not going to finish it. So we're just going to bring it through the first 2 loops, and then we're going to go into that second gap with a double crochet, and we should end up with 3 loops on our hook. We're going to pull through all 3. And so that gives us 1 actual stitch for the next round, but it gives us 2 posts, so that way that chain space doesn't look like there's a gap between your stitches. Okay, so that counted as 2. This is going to be 3. And then 2 double crochet into our extended front post treble crochets. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and do that all the way around. Finishing my last 3 double crochet for round 8. 1, oops, 2, and 3. And we are going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing double crochet that we joined with. All right, everybody, welcome to round 9. Welcome to round 9. We're almost halfway done. We are going to start by joining with a standing single crochet into any one of these set of 2 double crochets that we have on top of our modified extended front post treble crochets. So you see that I have 2 stitches in the same space here. We're going to join with a standing single crochet to that first stitch. Group of 2, first stitch, and then we are going to do a front post treble crochet around our modified posts from a few rounds ago. Okay, so wrap your yarn twice, and you want to make sure that you're grabbing both posts, not just one. Yarn through. Okay, should have 4 loops on your hook. Pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through the last 2. Now you're going to want to pull this back a little bit. You're going to go directly into the next stitch with a single crochet. We're not skipping any stitches this round. That's 1. And we're going to put a single crochet in the next 4 for a total of 5 single crochet in the row. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see that we ended up right back in our first double crochet of our pair from the previous round. So that's how you know that we're in the right spot. Let's do our front post treble crochet around our modified. Again, making sure that you have both posts and not just one. Okay. Making sure you're going directly into the next stitch after our single crochet. 4 and 5 into another extended treble. And that's going to be your pattern all the way around for round 9. It's not too much. It should be relatively simple to get around. Coming up on my last single crochets for round 9. See, that went by fast, didn't it? It went by fast. 1, or my last 4, I'm sorry, because we started with the standing single. And we are going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet. All right, everybody, so for round 10, we are going to join to the stitch right before one of our front post crochets from the previous round. So you can choose anyone. I'm gonna choose to join a little bit before my join stitch. Right, and I'm going to join with a standing double crochet. I'm gonna wrap my yarn around my hook, and I'm gonna go into this stitch here. And I'm gonna go directly to this post here. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 front post double crochet, and that's gonna count as our increase. Now we should have 5 single crochet in a row. We're going to go ahead and do a double crochet in each one of those 5. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we will be doing 2 front post double crochet around this post from the previous round. So 1, 2, right? And then we're going to go ahead and do our 5 double crochet as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do our front post double crochet, 2 of them. Alright, and then our 5 double. And that is going to be our pattern all the way around. Coming up on my last 4 double crochet. Remember, we started with 1 at the beginning, so last 4 double crochet. And we are going to join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing double crochet over here. So we're going to keep the same color for the next round, so just go ahead and tuck in your tail. Welcome to round 11, everybody. So we will be using the same color as the previous round. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with a chain 2. And this does not count as your first half double crochet. What we're going to do is we are going to do half double crochets in the front loops only of each of these stitches that we have around. So we should have 84 stitches at the end. We're not doing any increases or decreases. Okay, so I'm just going to start with my join space. I'm just going to put a half double crochet in there. That's 1. Then this is my front loop. If you're looking at this, you see how you have a front loop and a back loop, and it kind of completes your stitch braid. So for a front loop only, you're going to only be working in this front loop space here. So you're going to split right in between the braid, rather than going through both of those loops. Okay, so wrap your yarn, okay, okay? And we're gonna work in this front loop only. Okay, half double crochet. And that is what we are going to do all the way around. So you're just gonna do a half double crochet in the front loop only of each of these stitches. And again, you should have 84 altogether at the end of this. Doing my last couple of half double crochet here. And remember that our join stitch or our chain stitch didn't count as our first stitch. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, and if you want to keep the same color, the original pattern called to keep the same color, but I really liked it when I changed the color here because it kind of made more of a color pop and it made the rim just a little bit more pronounced for me. So if you want to change color here, change color here. If not, stay tuned. I will change my color and be right back. Okay, so moving into round 12 here, and you can see that we have a little bit of a bow forming. So round 11, 12, and 13 are the same. It's half double crochets all the way around, and it's going to be 84 stitches for each of those rounds. But I'm just switching colors for this one because I want this to kind of stick out a little bit. So I'm going to put my white on. And I am going to join with a standing half double crochet a little bit before my join stitch. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do just a half double crochet in each stitch around, and I'm going to end up with 84 stitches, like I said, all the way at the end. All right, I'm coming up on the end of round 12 here. And as always, please make sure that you go back and count your stitches before you move on to the next round, whether you count them when you're all done, whether you count them on the way, whether you count them in pieces on the way through. I don't really care. Just make sure that you are counting them. And I'm going to go ahead and switch colors. I'm going to go back to blue. The white is going to be my accent color for the little rigid pattern that we have here. So I will meet you back here for the start of round 13. All right, everybody, we are coming to round 13. Round 13, round 13. This is going by fast. Ooh. And we're just gonna do half double crochets in every stitch around for a total of 84 stitches. So because I changed colors, I'm going to go ahead and join with the standing half double crochet to any stitch. Okay, pull my tail tight, and then from there I am just going to go ahead and continue all the way around with my half double crochets. And we're going to go ahead and join just with a slip stitch to the top of our standing half double crochet here, or to the top of your chain if you decided to keep the same color all the way through. So go ahead, fasten off. Okay, so you see how we kind of have like a bowl shape here? For round 14, we're going to kind of pin it back. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your work over. And you remember how in round 11, we only worked with the front loop of our stitch work. So we have these back loops here that are still free. we're going to work into those back loop stitches. So we're going to fold our work. Okay. And we are going to essentially stitch row 13 down to row 11. So what I'm going to do is just insert my hook into one of the stitches from round 13. And I'm going to do a standing single crochet with the adjoining back loop stitch. So if I just kind of insert my hook and go straight up, it's this stitch here. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert in the back loop of that stitch. And then I'm going to pull my yarn through. Oops. You should have 2 loops on your hook, and then pull through those 2. And we're going to be single crocheting just like that all the way across. We're going to insert into our next stitch from round 13. We're going to look over to the back, and we're going to get into that back loop only and do our single crochet. Inserting into our next stitch, looking to round 11 for the next back loop only. Inserting our hook into the next half double crochet. Looking back to round 11 for the next free back loop only. Pulling our yarn through. Finding our next half double crochet, inserting our hook, going to the back, looking for our next back loop only in round 11. And we are going to single crochet them together. And I'll just do one more with you guys. I think it's pretty easy to get. So into our half double crochet, looking back to round 11 for our next back loop only, and single crochet. All right, and I will meet you back here at the start of round 15. All right, everybody, we are at our last stitch, and we're going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet. All right, and please go back and make sure that you have 84 stitches and that your work is folded back and that you have a nice little ridge here. So this is why I switched colors for round 12. I really just wanted the top of the ridge to have a little bit more of an accent and to just stand out a little bit more. So you see, as I turn it, you can just see how that edge just looks a little bit more pronounced than it does in the original pattern video. All right, everybody, so for round 15, if you're choosing to keep the same color, we're gonna go ahead and chain up 3 to begin. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna put 1 double crochet into that same join space. Then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochet into the same space. So 1 and 2. And that's going to be the pattern all the way around. So we're going to do 6 double crochet in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 double crochet into that next stitch, or the 7th stitch, however you prefer to look at it. Coming up on the end of round 15, and I am still so surprised at how fast this went by. So I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the top of our chain 3. Okay, and I'm going to keep the same color for round 16. All right, everybody, so to start round 16, we're going to go ahead and chain 3. This round is going to be very similar to the last round, so what we're going to do is put a double crochet right into that same join space. All right, and this time, instead of doing 6 double crochet in a row, we're going to do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to do 2 double crochet into the next stitch. So simple enough, like I say, very similar to the last round. 7 double crochet in the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Right. And you're going to continue that all the way around for round 16. Almost done with round 16, and the next row is going to be us starting to convert to our square. So the original pattern calls for a color change. I'm going to do my border a little bit differently for the square, and I'm going to keep the same color for right now. So if you want to change, go ahead and change your color. Make sure you fasten off. We are joining with a slip stitch to the top of our chain 3. So for round 17, we're going to go ahead and start our square. So it starts with the treble crochet. If you are not changing your color, just go ahead and chain 4. And if you are changing your color, you can just join with any stitch to it with a standing treble crochet. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do a treble crochet in that same join stitch. This is going to be the start of my corner. Okay, treble crochet in the next stitch. Then I'm going to do 3 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to do 5 half double crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then I'm going to do 8 single crochet in a row. And if you are going to do your border how I'm doing mine, and you're going to do half and half, we're going to change on the 4th single crochet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's my 4th one. I'm going to go ahead and get my blue yarn. I'm going to do blue and yellow. Okay, so if you're switching your color, we're going to undo that last single crochet, and we're going to finish it off with our new color. And just make sure that you are keeping track of your tail for this round as well. You want to make sure you fasten everything down. Okay, so pull your yellow, pull your blue, or whatever colors you're working with, okay? And we're going to continue with 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back into our half double crochet, so 5 half double. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then we are going to go into our double crochet, so 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, into a treble crochet, and then we're going to do our corner in the next stitch, so 2 treble crochet, into the same stitch. Okay, and I am going to stick with this color. We're going to go around another half, and then we're going to switch back over to yellow. So we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to 2 more treble crochet. To end this round, we are going to join to the top of our first stitch with a half double crochet. Welcome, welcome to round 18. Round 18. All right, so we're going to begin by chaining 3. And we are going to put a double crochet into that same half double crochet join that we did. Then we are going to move into our next stitch, and we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go ahead and put 3 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go into 18 single crochet. And if you are changing colors, just pay attention to where your color change is going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is where I'm going to change on my 9th single crochet, because I know that we're doing 18 and that is my halfway point. And at this point we should only have 9 single crochet to do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so we're going to go into our half double crochet, 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and you should be right at your corner space to do 2 double crochet, a chain 2, and 2 double crochet in that same space. Here we are, the end of round 18. Yes, the end of round 18. So we only have one more round left, and the next round is going to be super easy. We're going to go ahead and join with a half double crochet to the top of our chain 3. But I'm going to keep this color again, so if you're switching colors, feel free to go ahead and switch colors. I'm going to keep this one for round 19. Round 19, everybody. Round 19. Round 19. I said round 19. We're almost done, and it's going to go by quick, so let's go ahead and chain 3 or join with a standing half double crochet into your chain 2 space. We're going to go ahead and insert another double crochet. Moving over to this first stitch here, and we are going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So we will have a total of 38 stitches per side when you are done with this round. And this isn't a hard round to do, so feel free to do it by yourself if you're not switching colors. If you need help switching color, I will do the switching color portion with you, and then I will leave you to your coming up on my color change here. All right. So as always, we're going to begin our stitch, but we're not going to finish it. So because this is a double crochet, we're going to pull through the first 2 loops, leave the last 2 on the hook, and then we're going to join with our other color. Alright, so we're going to finish off this double crochet with our second color, and we're just going to continue to double crochet all the way across. Make sure that you are tucking your tails as you go along. Last few stitches of round 19, everybody. I am putting my last 2 double crochet into my corner space, and we are going to join with a half double crochet to the top of our chain 3 that we began with. Well, we are on our last round, round 20, and this one should go by pretty quickly. We're going to go ahead and join in any one of our corner spaces with whatever you chose for your border color to be. We're going to go ahead and join with a standing single crochet. And then we're going to put 4 more crochet into that same space for a total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch across. So we're going to end up with 43 stitches per side by the end of this. Don't forget to put 5 single crochet in each one of your corner spaces. The end of round 20. We're gonna join with our slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet, and we're gonna be done, and we're gonna go have a drink because we deserve it. Hey, let's fasten it off. Great work, everybody. Another square down. Thank you so much for joining, and don't forget to subscribe.